I keep my feelings locked up, but you're the only one that really gets to me and really sees me. I've been trying to hide it.
We got into a conversation about dating people with children versus dating versus a person that doesn't have children. We both don't have any children, so
Squad.
it it sounds good until you in the wrong room and then people start looking at you like, why don't you have kids yet?
Right.
What's wrong with you?
And
You starting to get that yet?
That whole "why don't you have kids yet" stigma. You know what I don't like is when men. I have a few men that have kids that be like, "You ain't nobody got you pregnant." Like, so you basically telling me that your goal, if I let you talk to me, your goal is to try to get me to be your baby mother.
Some guys, yeah, but there's a reason for that.
Of course.
Some guys think they have a lifetime pass, and just like some women think they have a lifetime pass of access to a person.
Right. So
Trap babies.
I wish somebody. I take that. I'm not gonna knock on wood. Like,
you are not the father.
Amen. Like that's like, I feel like that's just too much. Like, that's a lot of drama, and I'm just not about to bring that energy. And I could go on a story about somebody tried to do that to
trap
me.
you?
Yeah, well, I mean, they came up with this whole big lie and stuff like that, and tried to trap me. No, not that, but I didn't even know that they had taken it off.
Oh,
yeah, and then was like, well,
that's a gusher, y'all.
Right, and then was like, because all I said was like, I wanted space because they were just moving too fast from, like, it was too emotional too quick, and I'm just like,
what was his name?
Hold up, my dog. I ain't gonna go that route. But as reference, the nickname was Cheese, so there we go.
Hold on. You had a dude named Cheese?
I nicknamed him Cheese.
Why?
Because he was cheesy as hell. But anyway.
Okay.
But
you really got 5 types of laughs.
I told you I do it like just like my accents. My accents go in and out. My laughs are the same. Like, there's not one. I'm not like one type of
person. You're a new person.
I'm multiple, but I'm controlled personalities.
Yeah, I would expect a person to say that. But, go ahead. Tell the story. Tell your story about him trying to get you pregnant.
Right. Well, he was saying that he could have gotten me pregnant. And I was like, well, if you did,
he said it like a flex.
He was saying like as a threat.
Oh, that's weird.
Very, right?
You have to know when to come. So Chris does a great job. Giannis comes from behind and gets a piece of it. Like, it's not just when you come, like, it's how hard you come.
Oh my gosh.
The dribble is dead, or you come in when he gets into his shooting motion.
Shooting motion, yeah.
It was that whole situation was wild. But it was like I could turn that he was like that violent type of male that if you told him no in person, like this happened like from a distance, like we were on the phone going back and forth. He blew up my phone from 3 different numbers. It was wild.
That's a different level. All right, so
crazy.
Okay, so that's a different level of crazy. But you know what's crazy about that as well? Mm-hmm. Is certain people enjoy that toxic energy. They enjoy that. And that's a turn on for some girls.
Because that's all they know. Mm-hmm. I feel like and it's something that I've been.
How does one break that?
Learning, because I mean, I feel like everybody has a toxic trait until you learn what your toxic trait is, and you make the decision if you want to stop that or not.
Okay.
You know, it's really it comes down to a decision of once you are aware of it and you can take accountability for your actions. It becomes.
I was trying to wrap the show, but you just walked me into something else I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. Who checks a person in order for them to receive it? Because you just said they have to identify it. It's a lot of people that grow old, well into their old age, and this
40s, 50s,
you go well into the later years of your life, and you say, you can't have 40, 50 years of it's not me, it's them.
Right.
It, like at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been actually dealing with these situations with a few different women that I ran into in this year. It's like, I know I'm a pretty good communicator. Mm-hmm. if I say something, I have follow through. Mm-hmm. I don't understand where the breakdown in communication comes from, or how they communicate, or it's like they're used to the toxic energy, not actually having someone know how to efficiently have a conversation without arguing and name calling and all that stuff. And it's like,
blowed up.
Oh, now I'm cheese. Yeah. So it's like, how does that person get that education or evolve in their mind of how to behave in the sense of I'm not enjoying being toxic? Because some people actually enjoy that lifestyle.
Yeah. Love and hip hop. I mean, like you said, some people enjoy it because that's all they know.
What's your toxic trait?
I ain't gonna talk about that because I fixed that toxic trait. Like,
really? Really?
I was just playing. Never know. I had a thing about commitment for a long time to where, and I'm about to tell my business. You know what?
Know when to come.
I'm done.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I can't help myself.
I was the bad person.
Oh, you was the future.
No. I wasn't the future. No, not that. I was willingly the bad person, but smart about it at the same time.
Okay, tell me how it's not future.
Okay, well, these people already had relationships.
Oh, so
I just never kept the emotion. I just took the emotions out of it because I didn't care.
So you willingly chose somebody that was unavailable so you could detach it faster.
Yeah, so I could detach and not feel because I didn't want to feel at the time. And that was because I was dealing with a lot of things internally because at the time, I'll be real with you, I didn't love myself. You know, and that was something that...
Do you love yourself now?
Hell yeah, I love myself. Should I like being by myself? So, you know. No comment. But,
how did you heal?
Well, after a while...
How many candles got burnt?
I mean, the thing is, like...
Incense?
No. It wasn't that. Like, it was a lot of things that brought it back to it. Because after a while, I was just like, I don't like doing this. I didn't like that side of me.
What made you identify it, in all seriousness?
Well,
what made you identify it as an ugly trait that you need to get away from?
Well, when I realized like I'm never going to be in a happy relationship if I keep going down this route, and I kept seeing other people, and it's just like, well, what's wrong with me? But it's like, well, you keep putting yourself in these situations, and then I took myself out of those situations, but I kept getting still involved with people that was just emotionally unavailable. They weren't with nobody; they were just emotionally unavailable. And it came down to a communication thing where I also didn't understand boundaries. And I think that's a big toxic trait. One of the biggest
What you mean? Your phone is on. That means you supposed to answer my phone call and text.
Yeah, I think
say my pleasure.
Boundaries. Shut up. Boundaries. If you don't know boundaries, if you really don't know boundaries or how to set boundaries or respect somebody's boundaries.
I'm working on boundaries myself.
You know, and that's...
I thought I actually have this thing. I'm not to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
One of my friends earlier was telling me today, I need to be more efficient in how I set my boundaries, because I think we have a lot of times where you have a way of thinking or philosophy like, oh, I do this, and you naturally assume other people interpret things the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, they don't.
Right.
You got to spell things out for me. It may sound so simple.
Down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, how you had to explain where we about to eat at and your food choices. Just pull up.
Again.
Just pull up to a place and I'll figure something out there.
I'll be fine from there. Okay, but that's for me.
You have to know when to come.
That's for me. I'm done.
Giannis comes from behind and gets a piece of...
Okay, go ahead.
I'm done. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
You were talking about your healing and identifying your toxic trait. I'll listen. I talk shit, but I'll listen.
Yeah, I think when I finally met somebody that was very similar to me, and it just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. And it was really because of I didn't set boundaries. We both didn't set boundaries. We just talking to each other at different times of the night. That was kind of weird. Different times of the night. Or I would say, this is what I want, but then I would renege on it, because
I just had that argument with somebody.
Yeah, and it's like different stuff like that, to where now it's just like, okay, now I know if I say something, that's just what it is, and I'm gonna stick to it, because I know if I don't stick with it, I'm gonna regret it for myself. And it really came down to me figuring out myself, who I am, why I'm even here. When it came down to really my relationship with myself, you see that light? That is because of that. I had to find the light within myself. Is that a
little bit of narcissism and God complex there?
Huh? No, I'm just God complex. But
when you're done, just turn my water into wine, please.
But
pass that here.
It's vodka. Go ahead. But yeah, once I realized how far disconnected I was from myself, and really being disconnected from myself is really me being disconnected from God and the person that even created me. Not the person, but the highest power that created me in the first place. And realizing like that part.
Have you found your purpose? You feel like you found your purpose?
I'm still gradually finding my purpose in my healing. Like my main motto when COVID hit, I had to really just figure out life, figure out myself, because I was like, this is a reset. So I need to be intentional with this time, because I don't know how long, things are going to be shut down for. So my motto during that time was, as I heal myself, I heal others. And I still stick with that. To a degree, because I even see it now, because I have put so much focus in on myself. Mm-hmm. It has set examples for other people to do something about themselves. Because
see, that's what I was doing. I was processing what you said. I don't like to speak unless I have a legitimate comment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I had to realize the different things that I didn't like about myself, mm-hmm. and had to fix it. And stop trying to get somebody else to do it for me, or attaching my happiness to somebody else.
That's major.
Because a lot of times I would do that in just even friendships, mm-hmm. I lost a lot of good friends because we both, the same type of people, attaching our happiness. Yeah, enablers, attaching our happiness to each other, enable us to do stuff that we ain't got no business doing, mm-hmm. And I'll never forget this one girl I was friends with. I still love her to this day, but I know, we had to. There's a few girls that we just had to, just be apart. Like it wasn't gonna work out.
Question: mm-hmm. Where the healing that you have right now and the person that you've evolved into, the old friendships that you lost or had to sever, do you think you can be friends with these people again?
Not at the degree that we were. Okay. 'Cause it's not like, I'm not going to talk to you no more type thing. Mm-hmm. It was.
That's weird, because it's usually how girls communicate.
Yeah.
When you get mad, like you don't even tell people why you're mad. You just block people and say, they know why I'm mad.
Right. And there's like, and a lot of times it was situations like that. Like, she know why. There's a few conversations where it's just like, she know, like, we didn't talk, we didn't block, we didn't do nothing, mm-hmm. and we'll even see each other and be like, it's all good, because that was something that, understanding now as an adult, we were both going through different things. We mm-hmm. both saw things in different ways.
Yeah.
And
so you just learned how to communicate
better, but also understand like other people got their issues too.
Right, because you never know what season the person's in.
Right, and they could easily project onto me, or I could easily project onto them, or they may see me in a different light that I didn't even know that they saw me in. But I understand, like there's a few people that saw me in a light that I didn't even know that they saw me in. Mm-hmm. To where they would be kind of defensive if they ever brought their mans around. I'm just like, I'm not attracted to the same type of dude you are, so you shouldn't feel no type of way. But it really was an issue.
Are you out here with the Riri energy?
No. What does that mean?
Rihanna?
I know Rihanna, but I'm saying
If you
she
know
took
Rihanna,
somebody's
you know
name.
No, it's not about. No, it's the ability to do so.
Well, yeah, but but it was still not that.
She belongs to the streets.
But it was never like that. Like, cause if anything, they were like, and this don't even sound cliche, but they were supposed to be like bros, even though I didn't really communicate with them like that.
Okay.
In one situation,
Bros by proximity because who they were like.
Because it was really like you talking to my homegirl, so yeah. I know one situation. Me and one girl had to part ways because she kept thinking that whoever she like was in a committed relationship with, that I would kind of sneak off or do something. But it was really, I know now she's like probably grown from it, because I believe now she's in a healthier relationship. And there was some things that she had to learn about relationship, and some things that I had to learn about relationship, because I still didn't understand a lot of things about how people even got into relationship. They would be in one relationship, they break up, and then find somebody else and be in another relationship. Like, I never understood how you could just hop like that.
You would. Oh, so you were really intense. So basically, you detached so you could protect your feelings.
Yeah, but I never got into a commitment though.
So I
was just getting involved.
So how did you understand feelings and detachment? How did you put such strong feelings on attachment, but you never attached?
Well, there's things that happened to me. Well, I don't want to go deep into that, but there was things that happened to me. No, you're fine.
Okay.
Like I've healed past a lot of that stuff.
It's in my chest right there.
To where it was just like, I didn't realize how much of a lot of that stuff affected me growing up. Mm-hmm. And why I am the way that I am, or was, I would say, because I healed a lot of that stuff, because I didn't really talk a lot about a lot of things.
But you were able to talk to someone outside of just yourself, not this.
Yeah. Okay, I've been able to talk it out, but it was a lot of things that just kept recurring to where it was just like, I never understood, because in my mind, it's supposed to work out this way. Mm-hmm. But in reality, that's not how it's supposed to be. But I was distorted in my mind.
Yeah.
So a lot of the reason of my commitment issues and not wanting to attach was because of that.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. That's fair.
But yeah, but with friends, I understand now that a lot of them had to go through. They were trying to heal. They had a lot of different traumas that they had that I didn't have.
Okay.
Like I had father issues, but I had my father.
Yeah.
They had father issues, but they didn't have their father.
Yeah.
And one girl in particular, she cut me off because I started working so much, and we weren't hanging out as much as we were, because by this time I had graduated from college.
Yeah.
And we used to spend a lot of time together.
You got into the next evolution part of your life away from that lifestyle.
Right. But I was going through hell. Mm-hmm. I was stressed out.
How did she perceive it? She
took it as it was like an abandonment. Like now I know it was like an abandonment. Like she felt abandoned and neglected. Mm-hmm. And then for a minute she thought that I wanted one of the guys she was talking to.
Okay.
That she really didn't even like. But yeah. And it was like
it's
that.
It's like that sometimes. We're territorial. We're very primitive Christians.
She was a water sign as well. So.
Wait, what you saying? You don't like water?
Well, I'm sorry. She was Cancer. She was Cancer. So
that's different.
Pisces and Cancer is a little bit different. Yeah.
Very different.
Yeah.
It's my dating history. Just got triggered.
Yeah, but it's just stuff like, I didn't at that time I didn't understand.
My therapist loves Cancers.
Oh, I bet. I bet they got. Oh yeah, I bet. I'm surrounded with Cancer people, so like I got love for everybody. Yeah, it's just. My
therapist really loves those people.
I bet they get paid a lot too.
Yeah.
But yeah, she sent me one text one morning, after, like, and this was right when I was about to have more time from my job. I was gonna have more time to be able to hang out with her.
Oh, it happens that way.
It happens that way, but
Yeah.
you know, but that's just the way the time it was supposed to happen. You know, that was when I started understanding things are supposed to happen the way they're supposed to happen when they're supposed to happen. You know,
You sound more or less like a rapper.
you know, I'm an artist, so you know, but that's creation in general. But yeah, when she sent me that text and she was like, "Yeah, news report, we're not friends anymore," or something like that.
She wrote news report.
It was not news report, but it was something to that degree where
news.
it was like a sarcastic type of thing, but with a.
She wrote it though.
Yeah, like it was a text.
That's bars. I'm sorry.
Like,
That's
you
lit.
know, like
That's
basically
lit.
you've been fired to be my friend type
That's lit.
of thing.
That's lit.
And I'm like,
I might have to steal that one.
okay.
I might have to steal that one.
But like a month
They
later,
sound toxic as shit. But
a month later, she sent me a text, you know, apologizing about how she went about it, which she didn't do what she did, but she understood that we can never be the way we were once
It happens
before.
that way.
And we never spoke after that, you know.
So,
But all love and light. To all of y'all.
all of the light.
I probably said a lot of stuff. I probably said too much of my business, but you know, it is what it is.
You didn't go that crazy. You didn't go that crazy.
I didn't go that crazy, but
No,
you
you
know,
didn't.
if certain people saw this, they'd be like, "Oh my god, you still holding on to that stuff?" Not
Cheese.
really. I'm
Too
just
much cheese.
talking. You almost made me cuss. Cause I don't care about that. I don't care about that one at all. I had to on them, literally. Yeah.
That's too much, and that is an edit point right there.
Yeah, we want to edit that out.
We're gonna edit that bad boy out. I'm glad we ain't live. It's just gonna give me.
It, though.
That's right. Clean it up. Clean up some more.
No,
I can
yeah,
leave
it wasn't like I was
leave it
gonna.
in if you clean it up.
I wasn't gonna, but because it was what he had the final text message from I had checked my block messages.
You're making me sweat. It feels like police activity.
Yeah, well, no, I did ask a police officer about it too, because it was either we gonna go legal way or the illegal way. So
okay, that's a bad example.
yeah, basically. So yeah, I'm just gonna get off topic on that one. But yeah, I was just trying to tell you in general, not on the air, but you know.
I mean, but the camera's right there.
I know.
It's just right.
I know, but it was just, you know.
So in closing, do you want to wrap this thing up with non-murder topics?
I was not trying to. FYI.
Do-rag activity topics. Less do-rag activity topics.
I had to protect myself. Protect your energy, okay? At all costs. If there's anything that you can do, protect your energy and meditate. Everything's gonna be okay.
As a man,
Elevate.
I'm just gonna fall back and let a queen shine.
Yeah.